From Brunswick, Ohio, the Brunswick High School Marching Band.
I'd like to introduce this year's head band director, Mr. Henry. Very unaccustomed to these. I was trying to think of something that they told me last week that, oh, you have to do the speech. I said, I do. It's one of those new things that you find out anytime you make a change, you go somewhere new. I was trying to think of exactly what it was like when I first came here. And I was reminded of a blind date. Because that's kind of what happened. I was hired blindly by all of you, as all of you never saw me before. Gary here, you saw me once. And I never saw any of you. So here I am driving to Brunswick and thinking, oh my gosh, I wonder what they're like. What are they going to do? Oh, they'll probably name my house. Am I going to have a house? Well, I find a place to live, or that U-Haul could be parked there permanently. So I was very nervous, and I think the first couple of days when we got together, I was nervous, and I know the kids were nervous, and I know they were thinking, as in any blind date, is she pretty? Does she have long hair? Does she chew with her mouth open? I wondered all these things, except in a band type of way. As we got to know each other, as I keep thinking of these relationships, in any relationship there's that awkward period where you're really not sure. You're not sure if how to eat in front of someone. And you people that have had that first date know that that's probably one of the most awkward things. Should I eat? And the girls are always saying, no, you don't eat. This was evident on our trip. And after you get rid of the awkwardness, and that usually comes a time when some of the awkward things are gone and some of the weirder things come out. But it's also a more exciting period. That's when everything starts to get exciting. I think we had our awkward period, and I think that it went through, I would say, probably the first game, first 2-3 games. There was an awkward stage where we were really trying to get to know each other as a group. And it's one thing when you're trying to do that, it does take a lot of time. It takes a lot of trial, it takes a lot of error. Well, we got to the exciting time. I think we hit that about midway through the season. Things started getting exciting. This was evident. Why? Because there were more EMS units around. The more EMS units that came around, the more exciting we got. I think we really started to get exciting when we got to Virginia. From what I understand, it was very exciting on the field. I wish somebody would have a video camera over there because I missed it. Oh, I was at the hospital. EMS unit. So, I think after an exciting period, then you've got that time where things start to slow down. I think we hit that about 6th, 7th game. Things started slowing down. People were like, oh, yeah, marching band. Things started slowing down, people started getting tired. I think that was evident when we got into right before senior night at the home game, and I think the seniors really did something very special. I don't know if you know that show was entirely picked, rehearsed, and the drill was done by seniors. And I was really proud that they would go and do that, and I expect next year's seniors to do the same, so that none of the staff members here have to do any work. The last stage, I think, in any relationship, and students, you can ask your parents, there's the comfortable stage. It's that wonderful time where it really doesn't matter what you do, I still love you. And I think we're really into that comfortable stage. Quite evident today, as we were getting near the end of the rehearsal, and one of our illustrious seniors just The moment of silence just bells. And you know, it's a sign of comfortability when you can belch in front of your band director. I really think that goes a long way. I'm just not sure which way it goes. So as we were going through our season, I think we started to feel very comfortable with each other right around Sandusky Perkins. Oh boy, was that evident when it was the time that I felt comfortable and I could start trying some new things. Then ask any one of your children. We tried some new things. And they had a lot of fun trying out some of these things, and some of them they didn't have fun with. But that's part of the whole learning experience, is trying some of those things and getting those out of the way. I think it's real evident when we got to Sandusky, and this group got the best marching in class AA. And that's a real accomplishment. I don't care who's there. And as we looked at it, there was a group there that was a really fine marching group, and we were not that far behind them, and I was so proud of that. You know, it didn't matter to me that we didn't win the class. It just mattered to me that we had done something that was totally different for this group. It was totally new and exciting, and that's what happens once you start getting comfortable. So finally, we make the trip to state. Oh boy, was I nervous. You know, it was one thing to be sitting there going, hey, I wonder what the parents are going to do if we don't qualify. And then we qualify. And I'm wondering what the parents are going to do if we don't get a one at state. So I was looking at my car every morning as I came out after the state. Really, and I think that maybe the seniors could attest to this as something they've learned, it really doesn't matter. And we talk it, that superior is an attitude. And it really is. And when you get down to the field, and there was only one thing I asked them when they got out of the state, and we got off that field and we got back to our buses, I was tickled. I was just so tickled. I was watching on the sideline, and I had to put my head on Mr. Bedford's shoulder. I was like, oh, look at that, they're marching. I was so excited. I was just getting chills all over the place. And you never know what a judge is going to see, especially when you're way up there, or what they're going to hear, and do the pane glass. You never can tell what it is, but I was so excited that they had done the best job I had ever seen this group do. And that says a lot for them. I asked them how they felt, and they said they felt good. And that's what it's all about, is feeling good. And before I get done, there's about some thank yous that I need to give out. And one, especially on my part, is for the boosters. This group of parents and the council of the booster officers. The booster officers have made me feel welcome. I never, in my wildest dreams, expected people to show up to boot me in. And boy, was it, you know, I had spent a whole day packing that semi, just me. My wife kind of. But I spent the whole day packing that thing, and I think in about 45 minutes, a group of parents and some students came over and unpacked me and moved up 3 flights of stairs in 45 minutes, and I was just, of course, we're still unpacking for the boxes, but that's the thing. It was really good, and I wanted to thank all the boosters for making me feel so welcome, making my wife and my son feel welcome. The second group of people I want to thank are the parents. You know, there are kind of what I think are two kinds of parents. And there's a type of parent that I've dealt with in the past that have always, you know, questioned things and not been sure what their kids are doing and actually haven't been around them. I have seen so many concerts that I've gone to in other cities where the parents never show up for the kids' concert. And it's so sad. And I never, in my wildest dreams, believed that it would happen here, and it isn't going to, and I don't think it ever will. And the other type of parent is the one that's like, listen, I'm behind you. I'm going to be there. even if you don't want me to, I'm going to embarrass you, but I'm going to be there. Those are the parents you love because they'll embarrass their children, and they love to do it too. I know I do. I embarrass Josh, it's really fun. The third group are the students. We've had ups, we've had downs, we've had exciting, we've had dull, we've had boring, we've had every imaginable thing, but hey, that's what it's about. All those things are what we're there for. The fourth group is the EMS squads. And talking to Mr. Hayes and Mrs. Tomaszewski, I think we're going to try and get a Brunswick band unit next year. And the last people that I want to thank are the people that are sitting to both sides of me. These are the people that, whether or not you know it, have really made my transition smooth and have helped me because